What's up, guys? It's Remus, and I finally got my headset adapter so I can use my fancy schmancy headset that I have that cost me a pretty penny, and I couldn't use it on my computer for some reason, but I got my adapter, so now I can. So, good stuff. So, this is the video. This is the video that my add-ons, my spec, and my GLYPHS that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna separate it into 3 separate parts eventually. But when I first upload it, it's gonna be one, so people can watch the entire thing, or you guys can watch the certain sections if you want to. So let's get started, and we're gonna start with add-ons, since add-ons can really define who you are as a player, if you know what I mean. So the first one I'm going to start out with is going to be Bartender. You can't see my cursor, but I am highlighting my spells down here at the bottom. Let's see, Incarnation, Tree of Life, Hibernate, my Focus Cyclone, and then Barkskin, all that cool stuff. So, /BT is going to give you Bartender. And what I really like about Bartender is, yes, the fact that you can move your spells to your bars wherever you want to put them, and all that cool stuff, make them look really nice. And also, if you have a Razor Naga like I do, you can easily keybind all your buttons. And I also do some like Shift D and Shift F things on. So yeah, like the key binding option is absolutely amazing. And how it works, I'll go ahead and show you guys. I'm going to highlight over Cyclone right here, and you're going to see BT4 button 1. And all you do, I already have it bound to 1, so I'm going to press escape. And now that spell is not bound. But I'm going to, let's see, I want to bind this to, let's see, I want to bind it to the down arrow. Okay, I don't know why you would do that. Some people might like that. And so it's now you just make sure you have it highlighted over the thing, and you press whatever button, the down arrow, and I just pressed it, and now that is there. Okay. All right. So bam, there we go. I pressed the button, and now it is key bound. I probably explained that a little too complicated, but anyways. So now that is key bound to the down arrow. Now, if I want to put that back to 1, press escape while you're highlighting over the spell you want to keybind. Press escape and press 1. There we go. That is bound to 1. And you can do that with Control 1, Shift, Alt 1. I wonder if you can do Caps Lock 1. Let's see here. I don't know. You can do tab, and you can do so many things. So it's really just your personal preference. And also, what I really like about it is that I have some hidden bars over here at the bottom right of the screen underneath my map. You can see these popping up right here. I also have my bag hidden over in the corner right there. So, that's pretty nice, because I like to have a really clean, flowing UI. And this really helps me, because I do like to use these bars, and I have some spells over here like Tranquility. Well, I actually have Tranquility on my right thing over here too on Control 9. But I also have Rebirth over here, because I do not use that. I have that. I don't even know why I have that. I think that's for when I PvE heal. But I have Hurricane. If I wanted to use Hurricane, I can do my mounts over here. Noggin Fogger, because I like to turn into a skeleton. You can put whatever you want to put down here that you use on an occasional basis, but you don't really necessarily want it to where you see it all the time, or inside like you're clogging up your screen. So I also have my bag here, because I can just do Shift B and open up my bags like that, which are full, by the way, and I have to clean this out because I have a lot of stuff in here that I don't even need. Oh, so never mind. I just thought of something. So, that's pretty much it for Bartender. Key binding is a really big reason why I have Bartender, and the fact that I can make my UI flow so well, in my opinion. So, pretty cool add-on, one of my favorites. Next, I'm going to do Sexy Map. It's going to be /Sexy Map. Not Map-O. But, yeah, my map is down here at the right because I didn't really like it at the top because I like things to be towards the bottom so I could see more of where I need to be seeing. If I need to see someone up in the corner and like far away in an arena, I don't really need my map over there. And the way I have it looking, I just have the user submitted preset of Faded Square by Renaitre, or something like that. So I have that one, and you can move it by, oh, mine's not even locked. So, yep, there you go. So that's it's pretty easy, and you can do all these other ones. Let me pull that back up, sorry. I used to think it was /sexy all the time. So you can customize it over here. You can make all these different shapes. I mean, it's really, you can have what you want to be seen. See how that's all faded, it fades out. Now when I highlight over the map right now, I have some more buttons that show up when I mouse over or hover over them. So that's pretty nice. That's also things that I don't need to see all the time. I really don't even want this Phoenix style thing here. I have to get that to where I don't have to see it. And I don't need this SGI because I don't even use that anymore. But it's things like that. See, you can delete those if you want. But I like to have my mail here because that way I know exactly when I have mail. So I don't have to hover over it because I'm not always hovering over my map to go and check it out. So, yeah, that's sexy map for you. Next, I am going to talk about, let's see, I just clapped. I bet you probably heard that. This is a pretty sensitive mic. Next thing I'm going to talk about is going to be shadowed unit frames. And to open that, it's going to be /SUF or SUF. And there we go, popped up. Kind of lagged for me for some reason. And I love shadowed unit frames. It's really lightweight and it does exactly what I need it to. I actually have to fix it to where I can see the percentage of people's health because I don't have that anymore. Because I used to use Xpearl, and I actually switched to shadowed unit frames, and I actually like it a lot better just because it's got a nicer look in my opinion. And this is really, really configurable. You can do colors of names, you can have profiles, you can change, I mean, it's really customizable, and it's a pretty lightweight add-on. And so I was just looking at my add-on memory. And say you just have all these like crazy different configurations that you can do. I mean, here, let's open this. There's the player, which is going to be on your left, or wherever you want to put it. You can put it in the damn center of your screen if you want to. I mean, it's really just personal preference. So I really like that. I really like it. And you can change where your buffs and debuffs on your frame go. And I think you could set it to where you see the your own. But I like having mine at the top, so that's always where I've had them. Except for when I used to have Xpearl, I used to have them like down there, but I like them better up there. And then, I mean, you can even set the size of them. It's really awesome, and I really like it. It helps with my flow that I was talking about earlier. So next, I don't use this one in Arena. I actually use keybinds, but I do catch myself using it sometimes in Arena. I don't know why. I think it's just out of habit from PvE healing, but it never messes me up. And if you actually heal better in Arena using Voodoo or Healbot or what are the other ones? Grids? I think Grid is another one. Then be my guest and go ahead and use it. I mean, whatever helps you. I'm not gonna criticize you for that. But I use keybinds. I use control since I have a Naga. It's pretty easy for me because I have some other. So I have all my heals on control, and then my important CCs down on my 1 through 12, I think. Excuse me. Hold on. Sorry, I thought I had a cough. But so yeah, that's how I have that set up for my spells, keybind wise. And back to the Voodoo. I use Voodoo for PvE healing, and I use it for Battleground healing as well. I forgot to mention that. When I do Battlegrounds, I use Voodoo because it's a lot easier. There's so many people around you, and so you can get the most out of healing all of them. I like to use Voodoo. because it's pretty nice. And there's this YouTube video, I forget what her name is, but I think on Curse Client you can actually go onto their website via the Curse Client and check out their Curse client or their Curse website, and it gives you the name of the chick. She's a holy priest or a disciplined priest or whatever that uses it for raiding, and she does a walkthrough of it and how she has it set up, and it really, really helps you set it up. I mean, that's what I did, and I just put my own tweaks onto it, and I really like it. It's very, very customizable. I mean, here, we'll go ahead and let you see. Left is my nourish, right is regrowth. I mean, this is just how I have everything set up. Shift, there we go. Plus shift. Control shift, control alt. So there's a lot of spells and things you can do on here. You can change where see my little my rejuve ticker right there and my life bloom. You can choose where those go. I'm gonna go ahead and do regrowth. I mean, so you could really just have like endless amount of however you want to have it. You can change the names, you can change the colors. You don't necessarily have to have gray, but I just put it there because it's kind of bland and I don't need all these fancy colors from when I'm playing because it can kind of get distracting. So yeah, that's it for shadowed unit frames. And then what else? That's pretty much all the add-ons I actually use. I also use mixed scroll and combat text. That's gonna be my I don't even know how to access it. Here we go. I was right when I first went there. It's gonna be /MSBT. Okay, so /MSBT, and it's very customizable. You can put. I just love customization because I like to have my own play style. You know, I don't know. I don't like using like the ordinary kind of deal, and I don't know. That's just me. So you might be different. You might like to be like other people. Whatever works best for you, honestly. You can choose where your thing is scrolling. Here, I'll go ahead and do this. Configure scroll areas. So this is where you're gonna have everything scrolling. That's notification is gonna be when you gain spells that you or whatever. Swiftmen, like you see. I just gained my wind song right there. So then watch this. Woo! A bunch of spells right there, and I have 700,000 health. Sweet. Anyways, so it's very customizable. I really, really like it. You can choose everywhere. You can choose the font for your crits. I mean, it's very, very, very you can tune it the way you want to do it. And I really like that. And I'm being kind of repetitive, but that's just what I like in an add-on is customization. And so that's pretty much it for my add-ons. I think I have one up here. I forget what this one's called. I think it might be Titan Panel or something like that. Titan Panel. Yep. So that's what I have up there. It's pretty neat because too bad it doesn't show too bad you can't connect accounts, because I actually have a bank tune that has all my gold on a different account though. So I should put that on my account though. Anyways, that's pretty much it for my add-ons that I use a lot. If you guys have any more questions about my add-ons, feel free to post in the comments because I will enjoy answering them. So next, I am gonna just take an intermission so it's easier for me to separate this. And next, I will start on spec. So. Or talents. Alright, so I'll be right back and I'll today I'm going to be showing you my primary talents. Okay. So I just finished my add-on video, and if you're watching this in a separate video, then you should go watch the add-on video unless you've already watched it. And if you're watching the entire video, which is going to have my add-ons, my spec, and my glyphs, then you should totally already know what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's go ahead and start off with tier 1, which is gonna be feline swiftness. Oh, cool. There's a troll druid. Awesome. It's gonna be feline swiftness, displacer beast, and of course wild charge. So let's go ahead and start off with feline swiftness. Feline swiftness is more to me of a PvE talent, just so you can move around the instances and dungeons faster. I've never used it in arena, and I do not plan on using it. So I'm just gonna go and hop on to displacer beast. Displacer beast. I really like this talent, and I'm kind of sad that they took the effect of that it puts you into prowl. Now it just gives you a dash, but that just makes you easy. You can have better ways to get away, peels or whatever you want to call them. So I mean, let's see. I'll just do an example. Bam, and then go around this pillar, and I'm already LOSing if that Cenarian Dreamwalker was my enemy. I've already oh, and if I've dropped combat, I can go into stealth anyways. So that's pretty cool effect of Displacer Beast. I'm gonna show you guys something cool. Oh, cool. I can't really show you that right now. Alright, so Wild Charge. Wild Charge is a pretty cool talent. I don't really use it anymore because since I started playing with Displacer Beast, just because I like Displacer Beast more. And I'll show you what I used to do with this. I actually Wild Charge my mushrooms, and you can place them strategically if you want to. You don't need 3 of them. Did they just... Oh, okay. Alright, so Control 2 is going to be my... I'll show you my macro. I have so many. Alright, so here's my Charge the Mushroom macro. Show tooltip, target wild mushroom, stop macro, no exists, blah 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 blah. And that's pretty much going to drop your target and target the wild mushroom, which is going to be like this. So now I've targeted it, and I'm out of range right now. That's why I didn't fly. But you can place it into places where you want to easily be able to LOS, and you don't actually have to aim your Displacer Beast necessarily. Now you can just go ahead and wild charge your mushroom, and you can also wild charge your teammate. I used to have a macro to wild charge Magic Sauce or whoever, and 2 others if I was playing 3s. That's what I would do. So it was a pretty cool talent, and I'll show you how it works. So say I'm getting into it with the Cenarian Dreamwalker again. Oh no. Shake you. Oh crap, he's dropping my health and I'm silenced. Oh no, I'm taking heavy damage and he's about to cast a Chaos Bolt. His feet a Warlock. And then bam, right like that. I just LOS'd him and I can go ahead and heal up. I mean, pretty sweet. I thought it was a pretty cool talent. It's just, if you like that better than Displacer Beast, then by all means go with that. But I just like Displacer Beast better because I feel it's a better peel for me. Even though it's on a 30-second cooldown, and this one's only 15 seconds, but still. This one might be better for maybe Battlegrounds. I don't know. I like Displacer Beast. That's going to be my personal favorite, but Wild Charge is a close second. Next here, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Nature's Swiftness, Renewal, and Cenarian Ward. You know, I've never even... I don't like Cenarian Ward. I don't use it at all. I don't even use it in PvE. Just because I like Nature's Swiftness. I really like it. So I'm not going to talk about Cenarian Ward. It only lasts 6 seconds, and it's got a 30-second cooldown. So, it's... I don't know. It's not... It's usable in all forms. This might be good for maybe a tank. I think that would be a pretty good thing for a Guardian. I've seen a couple of Guardians actually use this. And if I'm wrong, then go ahead and correct me in the comments. But I've seen a couple tanks. And I also see people soloing. I see his solo tanks a lot using these. People who solo like quests or whatever in the tank form, they use Cenarian Ward. That might be where I see it. So I also see a lot of tanks use Renewal. But in Arena, I see a lot of people use Nature's Swiftness, and that's actually what I use just because I see it's the best. So, Nature's Swiftness, when activated, your next Cyclone, Entangling Roots, Healing Touch, Hibernate, Nourish, Rebirth, or Regrowth becomes instant, free, and castable in all forms. The healing and duration of the spell is increased by 50%. So, the very, very cool talent. You can actually make a macro for an NS Healing Touch, NS being Nature's Swiftness, and starting with Nature, and Swiftness starting with S. So, Nature's Swiftness, okay? Just going to go ahead and explode my mushrooms. So, NS, then HT is Healing Touch, obviously. Healing starting with H, and Touch starting with T. So, NS Healing Touch. Sorry. I had something stuck in my throat. But, NS Healing Touch, pretty cool thing. You can do instant cyclones, and that can definitely save a match. Say this silky, I don't know why I'm messaging this guy. Say this silky moth is casting a big heal, and the enemy Cenarian Dream Warden is actually close to death, and my teammate's about to cast a spell or whatever he's gonna do to actually win the game. So if his trinket isn't already ready, what I would do I would probably be like, could either do a double clone and wait for him to pop his trinket and already have that clone rolling again, or I can do like a quick disorienting roar. He trinkets and then NS clone right away. So I mean, there might be no time to cast because I can get interrupted or feared or something like that. So NS clone can actually work, especially if they trinket it. They're gonna not even try to silence you. They're just gonna go, and like 9 times out of 10, they're just gonna go and try to heal their buddy Cenarian Dream Warden because he's about to die. So even if you think you've wasted your NS healing or NS clone, you haven't, because you can follow up with another and you force that trinket. So now this guy doesn't have any trinket and this guy's dead. So now you can go ahead and focus on Silky Moth and go in for the kill. Bam, just like that. So NS clone, very, very good talent. NS healing touch, I like it a lot because when I use my bear form or whatever, when I'm taking a lot of damage and I don't necessarily want to heal, or I don't think I'm gonna have the time if I don't think I'm gonna have the time to heal, I can just easily, it's all forms. So NS, see, Nature's Swiftness, and then click it again and you get that heal. So very, very much a lifesaver. I really like that. So that's why I chose NS Healing Touch. Renewal, I see a lot of Boomkins use this, but I still see Boomkins using Nature's Swiftness. It's really what works best for you, but I think what's going to work best for everyone is going to be Nature's Swiftness. So, next tier, tier 3, we're going to have Fairy Swarm, Mass Entanglement, and Typhoon. Okay? Fairy Swarm, I kind of feel that's more of a feral talent, just so they can keep you closer. And I don't use that at all because I don't need to slow people, because my teammate's gonna be able to do the slopes for me. Mass Entanglement, it's gonna be a 30-second cooldown and it's gonna affect 5 targets, but if they're taking damage, they most likely will be broken, and also it does not last 20 seconds in arena. I don't know the exact time it lasts in arena, but it's not 20 seconds. So I really don't think the cooldown is worth or the spell is worth that huge cooldown. So Typhoon. Typhoon is a pretty cool talent because you can use it to get enemies off you. Say someone's on you and you want to, here, I'll give you an example. Alright, say I'm up here. This is Dalaran Arena. And there's the bottom over here, and say, like to my right, and the stairs are up there, where the stairs are, over there. And say I'm taking heavy damage right here, and I'm healing, but there's just so much damage coming through, I can't do anything. I'm going to wait for my Typhoon to actually come off a cooldown, and then I'm going to face my enemy and Typhoon him off. And this can also work in Blade's Edge. So now, my enemy has jumped down here, but I'm still on the pathway, and he's going to have to run all the way over to the stairs to get back up to me. So, and if I want to do that, I can even do, like, some entangling roots, or whatever I want to do to keep him from getting back to me. So Typhoon's pretty good in that for damage mitigation, I guess you can call it, and it's also good for the same reason. If you want to say you have a healer over here and you're trying to make them overextend from their partner, you can Typhoon them off of either Blade's Edge or wherever you can Typhoon them off from, or you can Typhoon them behind a pillar. Actually, I've done that a couple times. Typhoon them behind the pillar where your teammates working on the other enemy, and then while this person's Typhooned over here, you can work on some CC, whether it be a Cyclone or an NS Cyclone or a Disorienting Roar. I mean, you can root, you can slow him down, and it's going to keep him from being able to heal his buddy. So Typhoon has many uses, whether it be for your survival or to keep the enemy from surviving. So very, very good talent. I really like it. So my next tier, I'm going to go ahead and talk about tier 4, which is going to consist of Soul of the Forest, Incarnation, and Force of Nature. Soul of the Forest, I kind of think this is more PvE, but I don't even use this in PvE, so I don't know who would want to use this. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to start with Incarnation. Incarnation is very, very awesome talent because when you are a tree, or not a tree, but a restoration druid, it actually is going to increase your armor by 120%. And if you combine that with like a bark skin and iron bark, you know, that's a lot. That's, I think, what, 160% increased armor. So, well, I don't think this actually increases your armor. It decreases damage taken, I'm sorry. But if you combine that with those two, I mean, you're going to be taking very little damage. And, I mean, a lot less than you would be if you didn't have those spells activated. And it's also going to increase your healing by 15%, enhances your life bloom. You can then put life blooms on yourself as well as your teammate, or teammates. It's going to Wild Growth, Regrowth, and Entangling Roots. Entangling Roots is going to be instant cast, and so is Regrowth. So that's going to be really awesome, because sometimes when you're really low, you might want to spam Regrowth or whatever if it comes down to that. I don't recommend spamming Regrowth, but if it comes down to it, you might have to do it. And you're also going to have that plus 15% increased healing on that. So you can do an instant regrowth with a Swift Man and then a couple more regrowths if you really have to. And then you can do like an NS healing touch, and your person should definitely be topped off by then if they're kind of trying to play defensive. Because by that point, if you're going to have to be putting that much heals into your buddy, he should be probably playing a little bit more defensive than he was. So it's gonna really, really help you out with Incarnation. So I'm gonna talk about Force of Nature. Force of Nature. I use this one for fun when I'm farming as a boomkin. I don't really recommend it. Heal a nearby injured ally for 10,000 every 3 seconds, and it lasts 15 seconds. So not very big deal, because I don't know. I think they have very little health, so they're easy to take down. So, Incarnation, definitely for Tier 4. Alright, Tier 5. It's going to be Disorienting Roar, Ursol's Vortex, and Mighty Bash. Ursol's Vortex and Mighty Bash. So, we're going to start off with Disorienting Roar. Invokes the spirit of Ursol to roar, disorienting all enemies within 10 yards for 3 seconds. Any damage caused will remove the effect, usable in all shapeshift forms. Okay. I don't know why this is... Let me just fix this. Disorienting Roar. Very good talent. It's very good for CC. I mean, it's good for peeling. It's good for it. I use it a lot to interrupt a spell cast. Say Mr. Squirrel here is about to cast a big damage spell, or he's about to heal his buddy. I can go up, bam, Disorienting Roar, and he wasn't able to cast. Even if I have like a Moonfire on, well, that just killed him. But even if I had a Moonfire or something on him, it removes the effect, it's still going to interrupt that cast that he was trying to do, so it's going to still work. And then if he starts casting again, I could do a Typhoon or something. So, very good. Disorienting Roar is also very good for peeling, because you can do this. It can be, oh shit, Forest Moth is kicking my ass. Disorienting Roar, and then Displacer Beast behind a corner. Okay, and if you don't have any dots on him, he's gonna be oriented for 3 seconds. Even if you don't, it's still gonna stop him from attacking you for a fraction of a second, which can really save your ass in arena. So I really recommend Disorienting Roar, but I'm going to talk about the other two. Ursol's Vortex, I really think that's more of a boomkin spell, because you can do a Ursol's Vortex mixed with what is it, Solar Beam? Not Solar Beam. I don't know, that one thing that silences you. It's not even on here. Okay. So, yeah, that one. So, Ursol's Vortex. Then we're gonna have Mighty Bash. I actually used to use this, but it shares a lot of DR with some other spells that I use with Magic Sauce, like Deep Freeze and a couple of others. So I don't necessarily use this very much, but that's actually a very good CC if you do like a single target CC, because even damage will also not it will not remove the effect. And it's got a little bit of a longer cooldown, 20 seconds more, which can kind of make or break an arena, but it's just what you prefer and what you're going up against and the comp that you're actually running. But I prefer Disorienting Roar in most cases. Alright, so the last tier, tier 6. We're going to have Heart of the Wild, Dream of Cenarius, and Nature's Vigil. I'm going to start off with Nature's Vigil. I actually really used to like, this is what I used to run with instead of Heart of the Wild, because it would increase healing done by 25%, or 20% I think, for 30 seconds. But come patch 5.2 that all changed. So I'm not necessarily dropping this one completely, because I did like using that with Incarnation. I did like using that with Tree Form, but since it got nerfed, I don't know. So I'm just gonna kind of feel out Heart of the Wild and see how it works for me. But Dream of Cenarius, I don't use that. I don't recommend it. So I'm gonna talk about Heart of the Wild. Heart of the Wild is gonna increase your stamina, agility, intellect, and by 6% at all times when activated. It dramatically improves the Druid's ability to perform roles outside of their normal specialization for 45 seconds. Grants the following benefits based on current specialization. So, I can use it for cat form. I can pull 32k in cat form with Heart of the Wild. I might put a video at the end of this showing the DPS I'm actually pulling with this. I probably will, actually, so stay tuned for that. And also increases it for balance. So if you want to do some casting or whatever you want to be doing, you can do some casting. That'll probably be easier for you, so you don't have to switch into cat form, even though you will have that mangle or that maim CC that you can do, that stun. But I can pull about 30k DPS with Heart of the Wild for casting as well. And then, last but not least, if I want to use it in bear form, it's gonna make it harder to kill me. So I have that in my last resort macro, which I will share with you inside the glyph section, because it goes with some of my glyphs. So yeah, that's my take on Heart of the Wild. It's a very good talent. It's really good for, especially for 2v2, if you need to provide a little bit extra pressure sometimes. And I've actually used it in 3v3 a few times. So it's a very good talent. You just have to make sure that you don't focus in on just doing damage, because you're going to screw yourself over and you're going to have your teammates dropping because you're focused too much on DPS. Just remember that your main priority is to keep your teammates alive, not to kill the other person. Right? Unless your teammate's like, oh, I'm going to be able to survive this. I still have an ice block, or I still have icebound fortitude. I mean, it's just you have to communicate with your teammates to know when you can use this very offensively, or kind of just use it to put that extra pressure that's needed. I mean, just make sure you're communicating with your teammates. And then Nature's Vigil, I'm not completely Xing that out. Remember that I'm not dropping that out for a possibility, but I'm just trying out Heart of the Wild right now and seeing how it works. So far, I kind of like it. So, So yeah, that's pretty much it for my primary talents. So I just clapped again. For my primary talents, I'm just gonna go over them once more. For tier 1, it's Displacer Beast. Tier 2 gonna be Nature Swiftness. Tier 3, Typhoon, and Tier 4, Incarnation. Tier 5, Disorientating Roar, and Tier 6, Heart of the Wild. So that's it for our primary talents. Alright, what's up guys? It's Remus, and this is the glyph section. Woo! Alright, so, this is actually an original video. It was one with my add-on spec and talents and glyphs. So, but I'm also breaking this down. So if you're watching this in a separate video, you should go check out the other two if you already have it. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into this right now. So I don't have the original video being a huge long video for you guys, but I'm going to start off with the very top one, which is going to be Glyph of Barkskin. I really like this talent because it really helps me mitigate that damage, especially when I'm having like heavy damage on me, because reducing the chance that I'll be hit by 25% or critically hit by 25% while Barkskin is active is a really good chance, because people are hitting pretty fast when they're bursting on you, and there's going to be a lot of crits that can happen very quickly. So this can really save your ass in arena. So that's, I mean, it's very simple. That's the reason why I have it, and it's a very, very good one to have. Next one I'm going to have is going to be Glyph of Blooming. It's going to increase the bloom of my heal of life bloom when it expires by 50%, but its duration is reduced by 5 seconds, and your healing touch, nourish, and regrowth abilities no longer refresh the duration. Which, I mean, it's a loss for the duration, but you can easily just do a new life bloom. Like, say I use Control 6. So Control 6 is going to refresh it. See it up there at the top right? I have a full 10 seconds that I can have it rolling for. And oh no, it's going down. Oh, I can easily just refresh it like that. So it's not a big deal with that 5-second loss of duration. Maybe if you're doing some PvE because you want it more as a hot, but I actually think the shorter duration is pretty handy, especially in arena, because if you're silenced or something like that, and you have your life bloom ticking, and you're going to be low in health, and you're not able to heal yourself because you're silenced or stunned or trapped or whatever is happening to you, or say you have Symbiosis Ice Block, I can do Shift 8, which is, I don't know, I'm just trying to Symbiosis myself. Shift 8, which would be Ice Block for me, and I will have that. So say I Ice Block right now and I'm at like 25% health. I'm gonna have, I can see that life bloom, and it just went off right now, and that's gonna have me that's gonna have me with more health than I went into that ice block. And after that ice block, I can easily Displacer Beast away and then heal up some more. But that life bloom can totally save your ass, having that shorter duration. And especially that shorter duration in those cases when you have to use that ice block or you are silenced, it's gonna be combined with that whole increased bloom. Increased bloom by 50%. That's going to sometimes top you off completely if you got 25%. So Glyph of Blooming, I really, really like it. It's a very good talent or glyph to have. Next, I'm going to move on to Glyph of Might of Ursoc. It's going to be either that or it's going to be Phase Silence. It depends. If I'm running with a double melee or something like that, then I'm definitely going to use Might of Ursoc, because, watch this, it's part of my macro. I'll actually pull that up for you guys right now. Is it in my specific? Yeah, it's my oh shit macro. But it's going to be Malevolent Gladiator's Emblem of Meditation, Might of Ursoc, Barkskin Ironbark, Frenzied Regeneration, and Heart of the Wild. So all those right there, I'm going to pop them, and I actually have 700k right there. 700k health. I can be so low, and I've actually used this, and it will save me because I might have a couple hots rolling, even when I don't have a hot rolling, but I'm waiting for Displacer Beast to come off cooldown, or for Magic to poly one of them, or something like that, just for someone to give me a good peel to where I can actually survive. It's gonna Might of Ursoc lasts for 20 seconds, and with that glyph, it's gonna give me a lot of health, a lot. Up to 700k like you just saw. So I'm gonna be I'm gonna be like a little mini raid boss in PvP style. or arena style, which is really, I really like that aspect of it. And then when I'm using like with casters, or there's going to be a difficult healer that we're going to have some extra silences, I'll use GLYPHS silence, which is going to allow my fairy fire while in bear form to silence for 3 seconds. So that can actually save a game right there alone. I can easily pop, which is going to be Alt 3 for me. This is going to be my bear form. So Alt 3, and then I just hit 3. It's the same one as my bear form, so I can just easily just bear form and then start hitting 3, and then bam, I got a silence for 3 seconds, and that can totally mess them up. And then after that silence, I can Displacer Beast if they're kind of far away from me, and do a disorienting roar, and go into a Cyclone. So, ooh, rabbit, Cyclone. See, right there. I mean, and then Magic Sauce or Oathium or whoever I'm playing with can also do one of their CCs on them if it's even needed. But by that time, that person that you're trying to CC, because they're a healer or whatever you're trying to do, it's probably not going to be needed by that time. But if it is, you can easily follow up with other types of CC. Very easy for a chain like that. But that's pretty much it for my glyphs. It's going to be Bark Skin, Blooming, and Might of Ursoc, or Phase Silence. I actually used Life Bloom, Glyph of Life Bloom, but I figured I could transfer 3 stacks fast enough, so I didn't really require it anymore. But that's pretty much it for my video, guys. I talked about my spec, or my talents, I talked about my add-ons, and I talked about my glyphs. Alright, and if you guys are watching this in a separated video, then I just talked about one of them, whatever one it might be. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I really wish for you guys to give me your input or any opinions you guys have. If you guys think that I should choose something different, go ahead and put it in the comments. And even if I don't agree with you, I can easily say, oh yeah, I see your point on that, but I prefer blah 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 because of blah blah blah. I mean, I really love that kind of input and talking, because that's the kind of stuff that helped me better myself as a druid. I watched YouTube videos, I read comments, I watched tutorials, I watched all that kind of thing, all those kinds of things, and it really just helped me better myself. And I'm actually coming up with my own tips and tricks and stuff like that. So very good for comments. I really like that. It's going to give other people who watch the videos something to look at and see how other people play, and maybe that will work better for them than what I actually said. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Please rate, like, thumbs up, subscribe, definitely comment. I mean, I love your guys' comments so much, because I just like talking to my viewers, and I like playing with you guys. So if you guys want to message me personally, go ahead and give me your real ID. I've already gotten a couple of real IDs from some of my watchers, and I've actually played with a couple of them. So, or some of my viewers, not my watchers. That sounded kind of weird. But yeah, so that's it. I'm not going to keep this video any more long.